It is my great good fortune that I, Count Emmanuel Auguste Dieudonne Marius Joseph de Lascaz, am one of those chosen to accompany the Emperor Napoleon on his fateful journey to St. Helena, the island in the South Atlantic Ocean that will serve as his prison. After being confined to our floating dungeon for nearly 3 months, we reached the Bay of Jamestown on the evening of the 14th of October, 1815. We behold a little town that is nothing more than a cluster of buildings, surrounded by enormous barren and naked hills towering to the clouds. Every platform, every aperture is planted with cannon, and everywhere I can discern the scurrying figures of soldiers dressed in the English red.
Give me your glass, Lascaz. It is not a pretty sight. I would have done better to stay in Egypt.
How far is St. Helena from the field of Waterloo? A near way, a clear way, the ship will take you soon. A pleasant place for gentlemen with little else to do. A pleasant place for gentlemen with little else to do.
This is a bad beginning, Mr. Solomon.
Yes, sir.
What am I supposed to do as the island's purveyor with 500 rotten eggs? And I could smell the stink of meat even before they brought the sheep carcasses ashore.
Father?
4,000 soldiers arriving on the island. That'll more than double the population here. And all of them have bellies to be filled by me.
I just want to know about Napoleon's horn. Miss Legg says it grows out of the middle of his forehead, and she's not a liar.
Eggs are already $1 apiece. And you won't get a mutton chop for less than £1. A fresh one, that is.
Miss Legg says he only has one eye and he's murdered 3 million men. Father.
This stuff is fit to be buried in a pit, and I won't pay 1 penny for it.
Father, I know he eats 3 sheep a day and children.
Stop jabbering like a child, Betsy. It's about time you grew up and controlled your feverish imagination and behaved more like the young lady you are supposed to be.
I want to see him, Father. Please, can we go and look at him?
I shall take this opportunity to describe His Imperial Majesty. He is 46 years old, and so we are the same age. Like me, he is of small stature, but whereas my bodily health is not good, he is a remarkably strong and well-built man. His limbs are well-formed, and his ankles are shown to good advantage whenever he wears fine silk stockings. He has the piercing grey eyes of a hawk, and his sight is perfect, unlike myself, who must always rely on the magnification of spectacles. For as long as he is a prisoner on St. Helena, the Emperor has determined to use the time to dictate his memoirs. Write, he says, and your name will live on in history. Write, Lascaz, and henceforth it will be impossible to speak of me without referring to you. Your Majesty, great crowds have assembled along the front to welcome you. It must be the entire population of the island. And standing here beside you, I want to say what an honour it is to accompany you on this stage.
Never forget, Lascaz, that a single step separates the sublime from the ridiculous.
An observation, Your Majesty, that you made, I believe, after Moscow.
My possibilities were numerous, were they not? I could have gone to America, to Brazil. I could have lived like a bandit in the mountains of Corsica, like a shopkeeper in the streets of Paris. But I chose to surrender myself to the British government. I had presumed that they would lodge me in a fairly large country house not far from London. I was looking forward to writing a novel, a little romance to amuse the ladies.
Mr. William Bolcombe is here to see you, sir. Naval agent and purveyor for the East India Company. He wishes to discuss provisions. I believe he speaks no French. Here, boy, translate for His Majesty.
And to think I once toyed with the idea of capturing this little island for strategic reasons. I have been told, sir, that 40,000 gallons of rum are consumed each year by those who stop here on their way to somewhere else.
A pleasure to make your acquaintance, General Bonaparte. I am, or at least I was, a seafaring man myself. Our little island has been
I
called
pride
the
myself
ocean.
on being able to tell a man's character from his face. I look at you and I see an honest individual who eats and drinks to excess and probably suffers from gout. I always judge the English by the number of bottles they drink in a day. You strike me, sir, as a 5-bottle man.
You flatter me, General.
How many lemon trees grow here? Almond trees? Vines? Do the people make their own wine?
Pretty much everything is imported, General, from hen's eggs to the best claret, which perhaps you would care.
Are there peacocks? I've read about the island's peacocks and pomegranates. I was led to believe that St. Helena is an earthly paradise. I see nothing but steep and barren rock.
Much of the island is bare of vegetation, but there are areas of great beauty. My own garden.
Would you be so kind as to have these 2 gold watches repaired for me? They both stopped during the voyage. Their hearts were broken, you might say.
Of course. I will bring them back to you as soon as possible.
I will go ashore this evening, after darkness has fallen. I do not want to be examined too closely like some wild beast newly caught.
The General and I got on very well. We understood each other. He even trusted me with his golden watches. Get them mended for me, Solomon.
Yes, sir.
Father,
I have never heard of anything so ridiculous as bringing him here. Where will they put him? In Plantation House with the governor? With old Doveton at Sandy Bay? Someone told me they were considering Longwood, but surely that's a joke. It's little more than a cattle shed. Oh, give me that torch, Betsy.
that's him on the boat, isn't it, Father? I just saw something like a star glittering on his chest.
The Bay of Jamestown is not fit to accommodate large ships. In order to reach the shore, it is necessary for the Emperor to climb down a ladder onto a vessel no bigger than a fishing boat, and to swing himself to dry land holding onto a dangling rope. And all the while a jostling crowd is watching this spectacle by the light of their flaming torches. Soldiers make a pathway for His Majesty through the crowd, their guns raised.
Will they shoot us dead, Father?
They must be taking him to the house of Mr. Porteous. All he'll find there is a single bed, the mattress stuffed with dried seaweed. The freezing cockroaches will be happy to welcome a new guest.
This is a disgrace. You cannot be expected to spend the night here, Your Majesty.
We must be ready to leave by 6 o'clock tomorrow.
The Emperor dresses in the bright green satin costume of the Chasseur du Gard. He is accompanied by the English Admiral and his own Grand Marshal, along with 2 servants. He is presented with a fine black stallion, whose name is Hope. Our way leads through a mountain pass to the east of the island, an area known as Deadwood Plain. Beyond that is Longwood, our future home. I gather it is in need of some further repairs.
I noticed that the temperature dropped dramatically as soon as we came through the pass. I'm reminded of the Mistral in Corsica. Look at those trees, bent over double so their branches almost touch the ground. And is this my future residence?
I am sure, Your Majesty, that there are plans to extend the building and make it more suitable for yourself and your retinue.
It strikes me as a place conducive to mildew in furniture and rheumatism in people. On our way back, I wish to stop at that house we saw before we reached Deadwood Plain. It appeared to be a little oasis amidst this rocky desert.
So that's 10 cases of best claret to be fetched up from the cellar.
Father, he's coming this way. That shining snake crawling towards us, it's him. And all the others on horseback.
They need to be delivered to the governor today.
They've taken our road.
Well, we haven't enough horses. I'll have to arrange for the Chinaman to carry them.
Father, he's here.
What on earth are you rambling about now, girl?
Napoleon. He's in the garden.
That's settled. I shall stay here, Lascars. Tell the Admiral. This will be my home until Longwood is ready.
Tell him, Betsy, that I would be delighted if he would care to take some refreshment with us. Wine and cakes. The best wine, of course.
Your wife, sir, is very beautiful. She reminds me of my late wife, Josephine. You have a beautiful daughter, too.
Tell me what he's saying, girl.
Father, he's got to get off his horse. Its hooves are messing up your lawn.
It is unfortunate that only the girl speaks French, and she seems to have adopted the role of our interpreter. She is pretty, but with no manners, and her hair is cut as short as a boy's.
Of course, General, you are welcome to stay. You must have my house.
Mon père dit... My father says that you killed 3 million men.
Then tell your father that I was brought up on the field of battle. Death is the same for one man as it is for 1,000,000. I have no need of his house. That little structure on the lawn will suffice.
The pavilion? You can't stay there. It's too small, and it's got no furniture, and anyway, it's ridiculous.
Do you realize, young lady, to whom you are speaking? May I suggest that you address the Emperor with a little more respect and decorum?
He is not an emperor anymore. He is a prisoner of His Majesty's government, and he is being punished for his crimes. And he has no right to damage my father's lawn.
Crimes? I had 83 million souls to govern. It was a pretty empire. Have they taught you a little geography as well as some simple French? What is the capital of France?
Father says they'll never let you go. Paris, of course.
And the capital of Italy?
Rome.
Of Russia?
Petersburg now. Moscow formerly.
And who was it who burnt it to the ground?
I do not know, sir.
Yes, you do. It was me. I burnt that great city to the ground. That fire was the most grand, the most sublime, and the most terrifying sight the world has ever seen.
I believe, sir, that the Russians themselves burnt it, in order to get rid of the French.
Do you realize, young lady, that you are talking to His Majesty, the Emperor of France, the King of Spain? Ambassadors, princes, and even kings know that they must approach him with anxiety, dread, and the most profound respect.
People here call him Boney, or at least they used to before he arrived. I was always being threatened with him. Do this, do that, behave yourself, be quiet, be good, sit up straight, wash your hands, brush your hair, or Boney will get you. That's what they told me, Mr. Lescasse, and I believed them.
The girl's father did not understand what she was saying. Otherwise he would most certainly have whipped her and sent her out of the room. His Majesty seems happy to indulge her for the time being. Such is his noble nature. Since the Emperor Napoleon and I, his humble scribe, Count de Lascars, arrived on the island of St. Helena, Mr. Balcom, an agent of the East India Company, has agreed for us to take up temporary residence in a little building known as the Pavilion, which lies in his garden. The accommodation is extremely limited, being but one room, 20 feet long and 14 feet wide, and I am not yet informed as to where myself and the Emperor's 2 servants are to be lodged. Mr. Balcom is a genial host in his way, but his young daughter, Betsy, is the only member of the family who speaks French, and so we must rely on her to communicate our needs. She is extremely ill-mannered, and seems to delight in her displays of disrespect and downright rudeness to the Emperor and to myself.
How far is St. Helena from the field of Waterloo? A near way, a clear way, the ship will take you soon. A pleasant place for gentlemen with little else to do. A pleasant place for gentlemen with little else to do.
I have invested good money in my daughter's education, General Bonaparte. Not only is she proficient in French, but she can also sing and play the piano.
Il est content, mon père, que... My father is pleased that your arrival has brought so many English gentlemen to the island. It's business for him, and he thinks he'll find a husband for me among them. But I don't want to be anyone's wife.
Someone as pretty as you deserves a prince. Or at the very least, a general. But you will have to learn a better dress sense and more charm first. You were clearly much too young to play the piano and too young to sing anything worth listening to. What does it matter? All English music is vile, the worst in the world.
It is not. Are you always so unpleasant?
Long live Henry IV. Do you know it? French music is almost as bad as English, and French is not a well-made language. I should have had it regulated while I had the chance. I should have sorted out the grammar.
You must be mad. You can't change a whole language just like that. What would people say while you were doing it?
Betsy, what's the General saying? Ask him if he cared to dine with us. There's chicken for supper.
He's remembering, Father, what it was like to be an emperor when he could boss people about. Eh bien. Would you like to eat roasted chicken with us, Mr. Bonaparte?
Your Majesty, I have the feeling that this young lady is not the most suitable interpreter for our purposes.
Not at all, Lascasse. We shall partake of food fit for an emperor, and we shall enjoy this young lady's wit and sophistication.
Give me some more potatoes, boy. What did the General say, Betsy?
He wants to carve the chicken because he hasn't carved chicken for ages. Je suppose, Mr. Bonaparte, you've been too busy killing people on the field of battle.
What? Have I missed a joke? Pass the carving knife to the General, and surely he can be persuaded to take another glass of claret.
You've hardly eaten anything, Mr. Bonaparte, and Father has had 4 glasses of wine while you're still on your first.
A man may do himself great damage by eating too much, Betsy, but never by eating too little. I sometimes spend 24 hours without eating a thing, and I never drink more than a single glass of wine. Tell your 5-bottle-a-day father that if only he followed my example, he would not be suffering from the attacks of gout, which must force him to pass much of the day lying on his back.
But you're just as fat as he is.
His Majesty's servants arrive back from Jamestown later in the evening, bringing a few essentials with them, including a beautiful silver wash-basin supported by the wings of golden swans. We have no bath here. And the folding metal camp bed with its green silk curtains that has accompanied him on so many military campaigns. Here on St. Helena, we are on a battlefield. We must plan our strategy and await the outcome.
I've been looking for you, Mr. Bonaparte.
Yeah.
I picked you some flowers to make your room pretty. This was a ballroom, you know. Can you dance? I can. Mother says I have a light step. This plant is called Old Father Never Die. It grows all over the island, even in the places where nothing grows. Father blames the goats for making the island so bare. Mother says it's the stupidity of men.
Ah, the stupidity of men is without limit. Yes, of course I can dance. Right now I feel as if I am a guest at a masked ball and the music is playing. Dance with me, Betsy. That's right. Round and round we go. I'll pretend to be an emperor and you can pretend to be my young bride.
Stop it! You've made me drop my flowers.
Oh.
These trying spiky ones are called eternals, which means eternal, of course. There are lots of them around Longwood, but they're not very pretty, are they? Don't you think Longwood is the most miserable house you've ever seen? You should stay with us instead. You'd have more fun. I hope you like the scent of geraniums, because I've got you lots of them. Do they grow in France?
Yes, but we keep them in pots, on our window ledges. Here they seem to grow like trees.
Can I join you for breakfast?
Your Majesty, how can they expect us to eat at a little table on the lawn with neither tablecloth nor plates? And I believe they have brought us the remains of last night's dinner.
Oh, this coffee smells as if it has been kept in a damp stable.
That must be Father's fault. He's a purveyor, you know, which means he looks after things like coffee. You should complain to him.
Your Majesty, we must make our complaint to the governor of the island. How can the monarchs of Europe permit the sacred character of your sovereignty to be violated in this way?
Don't worry, Lascars. Here come the servants, bearing crates and boxes filled with the necessities of life. Let us unpack, and then we shall be able to live again like kings.
Is that your bed over there? It looks like the cot my little brother sleeps in, only his curtains are white, not bright green like these. I sleep in a grown-up bed. Why are your teeth so black?
I have slept in many different beds in all corners of the world. A soldier can sleep anywhere.
Shall I send Miss Betsy away, Your Majesty? I can see that she is bothering you.
And my teeth are black because I eat licorice. Italian licorice, of course. It is the best. Would you care for a piece?
We unpacked the crates containing the china made in honour of the Emperor's many victories and conquests. I am glad that now, at least, we shall have cutlery and table linen befitting our status.
Ha! Let us make an inventory of my wealth. Ah, snuff boxes. Look, here I am in 1804 on the day I was crowned emperor. I'm surrounded by a halo of diamonds. Ah, this one, with the pearls, once belonged to the Tsar of Russia.
Did you steal it?
His Majesty brought out a snuff-box, ornamented with his own portrait set in diamonds. He looked for one without such jewels. I'm sure he meant it as a gift for me, had he but found it.
And now for a lesson in French history. Here, Betsy, is a set of china, Sèvres china. The people of Paris presented me with all these plates and cups as a token of their love. Each plate cost 25 Napoleons.
30 Napoleons would be a more accurate amount, Your Majesty.
These are my battles. Ah, here I am, standing on the bridge of Arcola. The dead and the dying surround me. I'm shouting encouragement to my comrades over there. Look, you can just see their heads. Here I am on a cup. You might not recognize me. I'm dressed in the costume of a Mussulman.
What are they saying, Betsy?
Nothing, Father. Father says you have no morals. You turned Turk and became a Mussulman in Egypt. Father fought in the Battle of the Nile. Do you believe in God?
Fighting is a soldier's religion, but I adopt the religion of the country I'm in. It is easier that way. In Egypt, I wanted to have all my soldiers converted, but there were certain practical problems.
I've something to show you. Father got it all the way from England. He says hundreds of them are being sold in the shops now that you've been brought here. It's a sort of celebration of your defeat. Look, this is you on a ladder, wearing your black hat, the one with the 3 corners. You do look very fat, but never mind.
Mon Dieu!
Each step of the ladder has the name of one of the countries you conquered when you were doing the conquering.
Sire,
See? Italy, Spain, Russia, Germany, and the top step is where you are now, on St. Helena. I wind up the key, and you climb up, step by step by step, until you reach the top, and down you go. Right to the bottom, and your legs are all crumpled up beneath you.
Mr. Balcom, I must protest.
If you were one of my soldiers, I would have you shot.
Betsy, how dare you? What were you thinking of? It's a cellar for you, my girl. General, I'm ashamed that my own daughter could make such a mockery of her upbringing. You'll stay down there all night, and I'll keep the key so no amount of crying will do you any good.
I raise no objection to the toy, but I have nothing against Miss Betsy being taught a lesson.
Boney was a warrior, way-ya-ya. Boney was a warrior, Jean-Francois. It's not fair. Everyone else makes fun of Mr. Bonaparte behind his back and says he's going to die here and serve him right. Well, at least I'm his friend and I don't tell him any lies. Oh, help! I was sure there was a rat racing over my legs. Oh, and another. Its feet cold and sharp. Oh, they'll eat me alive. Oh, somebody come, please. Boney, save me. Oh, I know what he'd say. He'd say I must fight like a soldier in one of his armies. So, I need a weapon. A bottle. That will do. Boney was a warrior. Way-ya. Boney was a warrior. Father's face always goes so red when he's angry, and he gets angry so often, especially with me. I kept the rats at bay by throwing bottles of Father's best wine at them. And then I must have passed out from the fumes. Do rats eat people?
Babies, mostly. Or those who are sick or wounded. At least this island is a paradise for rats, if for nothing else. A very large member of the tribe jumped out of my hat this morning. I could have worn a rat on my head instead of a crown, Betsy. How's that for glory?
His Majesty says that had he died in Moscow, he would have left behind him a reputation as a conqueror without parallel. But history is a harsh judge of a man who dies of nothing but misfortune and inaction. I tell him not to burden himself with such sombre thoughts, and I read to him from his own memoirs, which cheers his spirits. We are approaching the end of the campaign in Italy. The campaign in Egypt is about to begin. The Emperor Napoleon and myself, Count de Lascars, his scribe and companion on the island of St. Helena, understood that we should be lodged here at the Briars for only a few days. But over 3 weeks have passed, and there are no signs of Longwood House being ready to receive us. Not only is it insufferable to be exiled on this barren rock, but in none of his campaigns, perhaps in no situation in his past life, has the Emperor been so wretchedly lodged or subject to so many privations. Here, water, coffee, butter and oil and other articles are either not to be procured or are scarcely fit for use. Even a bath, which is a necessity for the Emperor's health, is not to be had.
How far is St. Helena from the field of Waterloo? A near way, a clear way, the ship will take you soon. A pleasant place for gentlemen with little else to do. A pleasant place for gentlemen with little else to do.
Can I look at myself in your silver mirror? I think your hands are the fattest, prettiest hands in the world. And your hair is even softer and silkier than mine. Can I brush your hair for you? Or does Marchand have to do it?
His Majesty sleeps very little and eats very irregularly. He rises early, and his servants rub his body with eau de cologne before the ritual of dressing. Miss Betsy Balcom, the young daughter of the house and our interpreter, makes her presence felt at all times of the day. I fail to understand why the Emperor permits her to take so many liberties with him.
Don't you think I'd make a beautiful woman, Betsy? Today I'll wear the uniform of the Chasseur du Gard. Fetch my silk stockings, Marchand.
I like that embroidered bugle on this coat. Can I cut it off and keep it?
By all means. Lascars, give Betsy the scissors.
Your Majesty, she wishes to defile the coat you wore at Waterloo.
A painful subject, Lascars. It will be wise for you to remain silent on such matters in future.
Get off the lawn!
Did you say, Miss Betsy, that I was not a good horseman? Come on, hop! It's all a question of control. Men and horses are not that different. A horse also has memory, knowledge, and love.
The lawn! Hope's hooves are churning it up.
You must stop! It's an order!
I had a horse that no one else could ride. He knew that only I could be his master, Betsy. I once rode him 120 miles in a single day. I needed to reach my mother, who was dangerously ill. The poor animal died that night, and he was my favourite horse.
That's awful! I thought you liked animals. Please get off. Miss Legg was here. When I told her you were in the garden, she was frightened and she ran away. She thinks you're going to eat her.
Your Miss Legg has every reason to be afraid. With one stroke of my hand, a hair on my head rises up like a horn. Brrr! My head shakes with a palsy of madness. My eyes flash. Let's go and find her. I'll give her my Cossack howl. Oh! Oh! The Emperor is hungry for the meat of a small girl.
I used to be frightened of you too, you know.
And now? Ah! Does your English blood run cold? Oh!
Your Majesty, the grape arbour has been prepared with a table and 2 chairs and a canvas awning to keep out the sun. Let us return to the Italian campaign.
To be a successful conqueror, it is necessary to be ferocious. If only I had been more ferocious, things would have been different, and I would have conquered more of the world.
Can I come and listen?
Your Majesty, surely...
You have my permission to interrupt me whenever you choose, Betsy, forcing a dam between the flowing river of my words and the flowing ink of the Count's pen. Betsy, pick me some mangoes to help me to concentrate my mind. Lascasse here is always trying to get me to talk of military matters, but I keep remembering stories about when I was your age, in Corsica. It was a much prettier island than this one.
I wish I was a boy. Boys have more fun. Were you happy when you were my age?
Happy? When I'm with you, I remember being young, and I think I remember happiness. I was never truly happy when I was on the throne. Maybe with Josephine. I had 7 mistresses, you know. Madame Duchâtel, who refused all my gifts, even a diamond necklace, and then there was that woman who wore no perfume. I forget her name. In love, Betsy, as in war, it is necessary to come to close quarters, to conclude matters. That is something you will understand later. When you grow your hair long, and you learn what it means to be a lady.
When we work together on his memoirs, the Emperor speaks to me in the most intimate terms. He relates anecdotes of his boyhood, the early years of his youth, and the circumstances of his private life. I take a special care to remain silent. I am too afraid of losing a syllable of what so deeply interests me.
I'm tired, my friend. Very tired.
Nevertheless, work on the Emperor's memoirs goes well, and I am proud of the part I am playing in this great task. The Emperor frequently stands for a moment behind my chair to look over the writings, and how many times has my head been enclosed between his arms, or even slightly pressed to his bosom. Sometimes he leans his elbows upon my shoulders, or playfully bears all his weight upon me, as if to try my strength.
Go away.
I shan't. Why do you spend so much time here talking to Mr. Lascasse? I've got your papers now, all your secrets.
How dare you!
I'll take them to the governor. I'll sell them to the Prime Minister.
Oh, give them back, Betsy. I am your humble servant. I'll kiss the hem of your skirt. I'll do anything you ask.
Then come and play cards with me now, this very minute. I've got the table set up.
Give me back my papers, Betsy. Or who knows what I might do to you.
Ow! Let go! You're hurting me! I'll bite your hand!
If you won't listen to pain, then listen to reason. I believe Pierron has made an especially fine palace of spun sugar, which will taste much better than my fingers.
Have you any idea of the effort we've taken? The sacrifice?
It's none of your business.
Stop, Miss Betsy. Everything is immortalised here in my hand and his words. I shall report this scandal to your father.
Do what you like, I don't care.
I hope he puts you back in the cellar.
Take your precious papers then, Count de las Casas.
You and the Count must make up. Give him a kiss, Betsy.
I won't. He is disgusting. You can't make me.
Oh, but I can, because although I might not be quicker than you, I am stronger. I have you in my grip. I bring you close to the face of your enemy, so your lips bend to his cheek. So, kiss him, Betsy. Kiss him, or I'll pinch your nose again and twist your ears like this.
You are a bully! I hate you! I think you deserve to be a prisoner until you die.
Oh, did you see that, Your Majesty? She spat in my face. I have never been so insulted. It's an affront not only to me, but to your sacred person. Hateful child, I'll take the whip to you.
You've hurt me! Help me, Boney!
Does Cas come here? I'll hold him by his arms, Betsy, and you can box his ears.
His Majesty is always gentle and courteous, but the young English girl provokes him to such a degree that even his tolerant nature must be affected.
How little do you know of the human heart, my friend.
The afternoon hangs heavily on our hands. His Majesty is eager to play at cards, but unfortunately I am not skilled in parlour games. Even the rules of chess escape me. So he determines to seek entertainment at the Balcombe house.
Ah, General. Excuse me for not rising. It's the gout. Explain to him, Betsy, that I've been marooned on the sofa all day.
Mon père est fatigué. He's probably got a hangover.
Betsy, ask your father if my gold watches have been repaired yet, or are they also victims of the lassitude which affects all of us on this island. The cards are not running as they should. Las Casas, go and sit in the corner there and shuffle them until they're more obedient to my wishes.
I am, as always, sire, your humble servant.
Are we playing for sugar plums?
No, Betsy. We are going to play for Napoleons. Gold ones.
The cards, sire.
Now, place your bets. Faites vos jeux.
You just looked at your cards.
What?
Boney, you're cheating. I saw you cheating. Stop the game.
Boney? Am I Boney? My doctor was just today telling me I am too fat. I slapped him for his impudence. He wanted to feel my pulse. I told him I have none.
His Majesty is subject to increasing fluctuations of mood. He has a heap of books scattered around him on the floor, and the rapidity of his imagination causes him to take them up and throw them down one after the other. The days and the nights are indeed very monotonous.
Rousseau has a new toy for us. Look, Boney, a tiny chariot made of wire with a team of 4 mice all harnessed and ready. But they're so scared they don't dare move an inch.
I had the same problem with my soldiers in Russia. The most trifling circumstances alarmed them. Their fears were infectious, and 4 or 5 men were able to terrify a whole battalion. They separated in all directions, became helpless, and fell an easy prey to the enemy.
Come on, Mouse. How many died?
I lost 30,000 horses. Every living thing can be controlled, Betsy, but first you have to understand the workings of its mind.
Now, I take the tails of the 2 leaders from our little team, and I twist their tails together. Now see them run.
General Bonaparte, you are a genius, and I am your loyal subject. Tell Rousseau to make me a carriage too, and then we can race against each other.
I read some pages from a popular romance to His Majesty this evening, but sleep continued to evade him. I reassured him, saying that we would be moving to our new house at Longwood very soon. I noticed that one of the servants has cut the shape of the imperial crown into the grass lawn in front of the pavilion, in an attempt to please His Majesty. I wonder how long the impression will remain after we have gone. In accordance with a new regulation, 2 English soldiers must be on guard at all times, watching the Emperor's every movement from behind a line of trees close to the pavilion. We find their presence a source of much irritation. To make matters worse, our host, Mr. Balcombe, loves nothing better than keeping open house, and he welcomes every opportunity of giving total strangers the chance of viewing His Majesty, or even engaging him in meaningless conversation. There is no need for these visitors to obtain an official pass. They can just barge in and interrupt our privacy as they will. Only yesterday we discovered 3 gentlemen spying on us from behind the concealment of a large flowering shrub. The Emperor finds such intrusions very annoying. He has stopped taking walks, and when the weather is fine, he spends more and more time within the seclusion of the arbour. The young Betsy Balcombe treats the Emperor as if he were a pet dog. That he accepts such behaviour is further testimony to his noble nature, although I do wish he might be more firm with the young lady.
How far is St. Helena from the field of Waterloo? A near way, a clear way, the ship will take you soon. A pleasant place for gentlemen with little else to do. A pleasant place for gentlemen with little else to do.
Quick, Boney, you've got to run. There's a group of English ladies out hunting for you, and they're heading this way. I heard one of them say she is very disappointed that you're wearing your dressing gown. She had hoped for a uniform and a few medals and even your famous hat. They all agree that you look very different to what they had been led to expect.
My prison is being turned into a zoo, and I am the chief exhibit. Open the gate to the garden, Betsy. I'll hide behind the grapevine in the arbour.
It's locked. Oh, and the key's not in its usual place.
Rat in a trap. Over the wall. Should be possible. 1, 2. Ow!
Are you all right?
No, I'm not all right. I've been savaged by a prickly pear.
Well, at least the ladies have gone. Shall I fetch the doctor?
I have always made a point of avoiding doctors and their potions and purges. That is why I have never been ill. Even headaches and stomach pains are unknown to me. But on second thoughts, perhaps the doctor will be able to remove the thorns.
I notice that His Majesty's health is deteriorating, and he is subject to frequent colds brought on by the climate here, but perhaps also by the lack of purposeful activity. His Majesty has resumed his old habit of taking snuff almost continually while we are at work. It is a sort of mania that seizes him, chiefly during intervals of abstraction.
Perhaps I should have stayed in Egypt. When my soldiers were sick with the plague, I made a point of touching their bodies, to show them that the disease can only be communicated by the lungs. Tell me about yourself, Lascars. Have you had no romances that would amuse me, no adventures to make my poor heart beat a little faster? Do you not feed on the soft bread of nostalgia like other men do?
My own feelings are unimportant, and I'm afraid, Your Majesty, of losing a syllable of what you have to offer. Everything you say is of deep interest to me.
I've got something horrible to tell you.
Hello, Betsy. Have you come to join us? Lascasse and I were in the midst of the Egyptian campaign earlier, and then I must have dozed off. I dreamt of Paris. I often dream of Paris.
What, just the city all on its own? With nothing happening, nobody in it? Oh, I wish you could take me to Paris. We could walk along the boulevards you designed and visit your palaces.
Why not? I just need to escape from here, and then I could travel incognito. After all, there's nothing very prepossessing or remarkable about my appearance. I am of medium height, of medium build, and without my uniform I am no different from anyone else. You and I, Betsy, could live in Paris on 20 francs a day, go to the libraries, eat a good meal for 30 sous, and take a cheap seat in the theatre every night of the week. The happiest days of my life were between the ages of 16 to 20. You still have those pleasures to come. Once you start to use your talents and your golden curls in the pursuit of young men.
Young men are boring, all of them. You're biting your fingernails again, Boney. Mamma says it's a very bad habit.
Oh.
And I saw how you dug holes in that little table using your penknife. It's Father's table, you know, not yours. And I've still got something horrible to tell you.
You have fallen in love and you are going to leave me.
No, stupid. Old Huff is dead.
Huh?
You must remember meeting him. He liked you very much.
Oh.
He got it into his head that he wanted to set you free. Father says he went mad, running through the streets of Jamestown crying, "Release the Emperor! History needs him!" People laughed because he was nothing but a harmless old man. But the governor was not at all pleased. He said it was inciting revolt and he threatened to have him locked up. That must be why old Huff killed himself.
How did he die, Betsy?
Hanged himself. From a gum tree. Father says he can't be buried in sacred ground, so they must dig him a grave where 3 roads meet. They've chosen the crossroads here, where the road from Jamestown and the one to Deadwood Plain join up with our road. He's going to be really near the house, and I don't like it. All the servants say his ghost will come to haunt us.
So we both believe in ghosts, do we? Do you think I'll turn into a ghost when I die? I'll come and frighten you while you lie in your bed in the arms of your fine young husband. No, but man is nothing more than a mutation of mud heated by the sun. And I am confident that I am more likely to become a turnip or a carrot.
Oh.
So you had better be careful that you don't eat me.
I don't like turnips. Or carrots.
I remember the ghosts of dead soldiers on the battlefield, crying for their lost limbs. Give me back my left leg. Give me my arm.
How could you bear to listen to them?
I could never decide who screamed the loudest on the battlefield, the French or the English.
I have never heard anything so horrible.
The Emperor decides to give Miss Betsy a fright, and so for several nights in a row he creeps out under the cover of darkness and stations himself beneath her bedroom window.
Who's there?
Give me back the Emperor! History needs him!
Go away, whoever you are!
Betsy, open your window and let an old man come in.
Help! Mother! There's a ghost at the window!
It has been raining almost continuously for several days, and His Majesty has contracted a feverish cold. He is confined to his bed.
Ah, Betsy, there you are.
Mother has made this drink of orange and honey for you.
No.
It's very sweet. I think you'll like it.
No.
She wants you to have a camphor inhalation too.
In my view, the sick are mostly victims of their own vivid imagination. What I need is rest, that's all. My body has always known how to cure itself.
The Emperor declares that his heart does not beat like the hearts of other men, and that no doctor could detect its movement. I place my hand on his chest, and indeed I cannot feel any pulsation. It is as if all his bodily functions are slowing down in response to this state of captivity that we are in. There must be upward of 300 men at work there by now, getting the house in order for us.
Do you see them, Betsy? The men from the 53rd Regiment? Here, take my glass. They are playing at pack horses and carrying building materials to Longwood and the new barracks on Deadwood Plain.
Father says it used to be called Greatwood. The whole plain was a forest of ebony and redwood trees, so dense you could hardly walk between them. The bark of the trees was used for tanning, and people stripped the trunks from root to crown, and the trees all died.
Deadwood. That's the place for me.
I still cannot understand where they intend to put us all. 52 souls.
And an entire regiment camped on Deadwood Plain just to watch you.
That will be their job, Betsy, yes, and another regiment at Hut's Gate. They must think I'm a very dangerous and clever prisoner. What do they imagine I will do? Build myself a pair of wings? Float off in a balloon?
Maybe they are afraid that the people of France will come and save you, and there will be a great battle at sea.
I am not wanted in France at present.
You won't like Longwood. And anyway, what will you do without me?
I'll watch the clouds, Betsy. I'm good at doing that. I'll sleep even more than I do here. I'll lie in the bath. I hear they are building me a bathroom.
Father says your bath looks like a lead coffin.
The Emperor wished me to inspect our new home. I went in a carriage drawn by 6 oxen. The landscape presents evidence of great natural convulsion. I saw nothing but huge masses of rock, totally destitute of any vegetation. Around Longwood itself there was nothing but a few marine plants, wild shrubs, and wretched gum trees.
So, what's it like? Is it fit for an emperor?
Much has been done, Your Majesty, but the house offers very little accommodation for your retinue. The walls are flimsy, the ceilings are papered with tar, and everything smells of paint.
Then we must delay our departure until it no longer smells of paint.
The garden is nothing but a compound of mud, an uncultivated desert surrounded by fences.
Then you will become my gardener. We shall plant trees.
I believe apricots grow well on the eastern side of the island.
Here we are like birds, fluttering in a gilded cage. The masked ball, Lascars, the masked ball. There it will be different. We shall be more like sheep.
I am confident that our situation must improve when we move to Longwood. At least we shall have more privacy, more time to ourselves. It cannot be worse than it is now. It is hard for me, the Count de Lascars, to put words to the nobility of the task that destiny has given me, as scribe to the Emperor Napoleon during this time of sorrow and exile on the island of St. Helena. Here on this accursed rock, the eyes of the universe are fixed upon us. Mr. Bolcombe, our temporary host, says he will be sorry to see us leaving this wooden pavilion in his garden, and I realize how much he has enjoyed the status that our presence has bestowed upon him. Bolcombe's daughter, Betsy, is as temperamental as ever. I sometimes think the silly creature is infatuated with His Majesty.
How far is St. Helena from the field of Waterloo? A near way, a clear way, the ship will take you soon. A pleasant place for gentlemen with little else to do. A pleasant place for gentlemen with little else to do.
Ah, Betsy, tell your father and your charming mother that I accept their invitation for supper tonight, just so long as there are no idle strangers who want to stare at an emperor.
Betsy, tell the General I wish to talk about the provisions for Longwood. I will be the purveyor for the entire suite.
That will be 51 people, 52 including him. I wish he didn't have to leave. Mon père veut parler des provisions.
My dear General, first and foremost, there is going to be the problem of drinking water. Mr. Skelton always boiled it when he was there for a few weeks during the summer. But to boil drinking water for 52 souls will take a lot of firewood. And firewood is also a problem. There are no trees on Deadwood Plain. You will have to drink more wine, General.
If the food and the water and the boredom of daily existence at Longwood do not kill me, then I am confident the weather will do the trick. The doctor tells me that few people living on the eastern side of the island attain the age of 50.
I want to play blind man's buff.
Ah, Tomaya! Wonderful! We used to play this often at Malmaison, but we had no blind man, only the august presence of death himself.
Death? Instead of a blind man?
Lascasse, bring me some paper.
Certainly, sire.
Now, how many are we? 1, 2, 3, 4. Thank you. And you, Mr. Balcom, will you join us?
Oh, yes.
Good. 5, 6. Now, they are all blank, and I write l'amour on this one. So, who amongst us will choose death? Huh? Ah, it has gone to you, Betsy.
That's not fair. I don't want to be death. You've given it to me on purpose.
My dear Betsy, just keep still while I tie the blindfold around your eyes. I will have no cheating. A second handkerchief, someone, please.
Your Majesty?
Thank you, Lascasse.
Ow! That's too tight and it smells of eau de cologne.
Now, I place you in the center of the room. I spin you around. So. And then I pinch your nose as a sign that we can begin.
Ow! Oh, you've hurt me.
Noses are meant to be pinched.
His Majesty takes part in the game with the enthusiasm of a much younger man. He races at such speed around the room that he almost knocks over Mr. Balcom's chairs and tables. He shelters behind the skirts of the ladies.
Your Majesty, take care. The floor is very dirty.
Here I am, right in front of you.
Is that you?
Only if I'm wearing a dress.
Oh, you're hiding behind people. That's against the rules.
Your Majesty.
I've got your hand, Boney, so now you're death. Oh, what's happening? Where are you?
Your Majesty, the Admiral is here to see you.
This is an issue of life and death, Admiral, life and death, so I would advise you to wait until the destiny of all of us gathered here on this island has been fulfilled. Betsy, don't you dare remove the handkerchiefs.
The Admiral wishes to discuss a matter of some importance, Your Majesty.
You heard what Boney said. We're busy. Go away.
The Admiral announces that we must be ready to move to Longwood within the next couple of days. He even has the temerity to threaten us, saying that if we refuse, then 100 soldiers will be posted around what he is pleased to call our little ballroom home.
What What did the Admiral say, Boney? Can we finish our game now?
I am always amazed by the power of control His Majesty has over his own temper. Even when he is angry, he can appear calm and gentle and composed.
Ah, there you are, Betsy. I am to leave the pavilion within 2 days.
Your Majesty, I shall prepare your room at Longwood with the camp bed that was with you at the Battle of Marengo. I will set the bust of the King of Rome on the mantelpiece, and on the wall I will hang the silver alarm clock that once belonged to Frederick the Great. Also the little gold watch with the chain woven from the hair of the Empress. Even in the extremity of our suffering, the glories of the past will surround us.
The Chinamen have come. Are they going to carry everything on their backs? Where is your wash basin? Have you wrapped the snuff boxes carefully? I find this horrible. The walls look so bare now that the portraits have been taken down. I really like that one of Josephine and your son, the King of Rome. Oh, look! Someone has broken one of the Sèvres plates. It's cracked across the belly of the crocodile. What stupidity! Lescasse, you must mend it at once.
On the day of our departure, His Majesty wakes very early, and goes to sit in the arbour even before the sun has risen. After a while he falls asleep in his chair. What are you doing here?
I need to see him, and he's not in his bed.
I won't allow such a disturbance. For as long as His Majesty is asleep, I am in charge.
I have permission to come at any time, and if you don't let me through, I'll shout and wake him up.
If for no other reason, I shall be glad when we are at Longwood, just to be rid of you.
Leave me with him, Lascars. Only for a moment.
I have work to do in any case. The supervision of the packing.
You look like a young man when you sleep, Boney. The lines fall away from your face. And you don't even wake when I stroke your hair. I'm going to miss you very much. There were so many things I wanted to tell you, and so many more stories I wanted to listen to. I could listen to you for the rest of my life.
There you are. I felt your hand in mine. I was dreaming of Waterloo, Betsy. Dreaming that I was dead on that battlefield with a bullet through my heart. I almost mistook you for a young British soldier with golden curls, about to cut off a lock of my hair and a corner of my coat. Or were you looking for licorice? They say that sleep is like death, Betsy. A little death. But now I am alive again. You do promise to visit me at Longwood, don't you?
Father will have to accompany me. Otherwise I won't be allowed to get past all the sentries. I want you to stay.
Here's my handkerchief. You can mingle your tears with mine. Take my hand again, Betsy. Let's walk in the garden.
What's that sailor doing there, holding a bunch of wild flowers? Do you think he wants to offer them to you as a gift?
He approaches me like a bashful lover, but he doesn't dare to come any closer. And you? Do you love me, Betsy? Do you wish to give me your heart in a bunch of flowers?
What would someone like you want with my heart?
If I had to give you flowers, I'd give you those really spiky ones.
Ah, the Eternals. The ones that never die.
The remainder of His Majesty's furniture is being carried away today. The Admiral and a group of English officers arrive at the Briars at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, ready to escort us to Longwood. I believe His Majesty will be glad to have all the other members of his retinue coming to join him at Longwood, but I will find the changes very difficult to bear. I realize with sadness that our relationship will never again be so intimate.
They're coming. The Admiral and a group of soldiers on horseback.
I hadn't expected to say this, but I shall miss you, General. I am to provide for your entire household from a very modest budget. You must understand that even if supplies are meagre, I shall do my best for you.
There are an awful lot of them.
I almost forgot, General. Your gold watches. They have been repaired.
Ah, I thought I would never see them again. Thank you, Balcom. Now I shall be at liberty to count the slow movement of the hours in my breast pocket.
They're here.
All my life I have lived in the past and in the future, never in the present. During these last weeks at the pavilion, I felt as if I had escaped from the confines of time altogether. I was at a masked ball while the music lasted. Longwood will be very different. I shall be trapped in an endless present moment that stretches its long arm towards infinity.
Your Majesty, in the face of all adversity, we must continue our memoirs. We are martyrs in an immortal cause. Millions of human beings are weeping for us, and glory mourns our fate.
I have always felt, my dear Count de Lascasse, that the written word is a pretty poor substitute for life. Don't you agree, Betsy? Betsy? Where are you? Come back here at once. This is an order from your Emperor.
Betsy and Napoleon by Julia Blackburn starred Alex Jennings, Michelle Tate, Ian McNeice and Rupert Wickham. It was produced by Mary Ward Lowry.